like a really, really good djembe player would think. Like a real old master djembe player would think. So, you know, there's a lot of like really good djembe players in the world, and there's a lot of professional ones, but a lot of them are they just play, but they don't really like it. They just play because they want, you know, make money or whatever. But I think, you know, I think traditional is thinking beyond what's here. Like, you want to go into a deep state. Like, you kind of close your eyes and you just play until you find that area in which, like, you feel like is djembe. Like, you just play. It doesn't matter how it sounds. It just matters how you feel when you play it. I feel like that's traditional djembe. The feeling, not the sound. I really like marriages because it's fun. At the beginning, you feel kind of shy. You don't want to mess up.
Yeah.
But then near the end of it, you start actually playing well, and it's the best feeling after. I think with marriages, the way I play more like phrases when I'm in marriages, because I don't want to play whatever I want to do. I want to do what's right for the dancers. So when someone's dancing to the music, you can't do whatever you want. Whatever they're dancing, however they're dancing, you want to drum like they're dancing. Like, think, like if they, like I like to do, like they're stomping, I hit the drum as they're walking. Like whatever they do, I do that on the drum. Try to imitate it in like music form. And also I think just my surroundings as I play helps a lot. Like, it depends where I am that I play. Sometimes I can't play that good if I'm inside and there's like air conditioning and there's all this stuff. I don't play really well when I'm inside. I like to play better when I'm in like a forest or like I'm in nature. Because djembe is wood. Just kidding, I'm just kidding. So I like playing outside because I don't have all the echoing and you really just hear what you're just playing. Of course, if you play and you like it, everyone's gonna like it. You might not realize it right away, but once you keep doing it, people are gonna think of you as the person that plays, like no one plays how you play, but it's the best. You know, you always want to do the best you can, and the best is always the best. Yes. Finding the right djembe for you is also good. Like if you want like a djembe with a bunch of decoration and a bunch of stuff, I don't mind. I don't think it doesn't really matter how your djembe looks or how it it has like really cool strings or a bunch of rainbow colors around your djembe or whatever, or like the hair sticking out. You know, I don't really mind how my djembe is. I just like it to sound the way I like it, and if I can make the feeling that the good feeling as I play, then I don't really mind if it's bad or good djembe or good wood or bad wood. I just play with what I have. I never think you've learned enough. Like you always want to think you're not the best. You don't want to start getting like kind of too full of yourself, like you're very good at djembe and you're the best. You're never the best yet because you're not dead. Until you're dead, then you can say you're best. You've hit the best you can be because you're not alive anymore. If you just want to learn like you're in school, just take in the knowledge and you just use it, that's okay. I mean, you can do that, but if you really want to become like a really good djembe player, I think you have to take things to another level, not just from the outside. You have to like go deep into everything. You can't just think you learned it, so now we can move on to the next and learn that, and then once everything's learned, you're done. That's not a real djembe player. I see a lot of djembe players, like they would play and then they would go off beat and then they come back to the beat. I mean, that's not bad. They purposely do that. sometimes they'll go off beat and then you can't get back into it. And then it's just fails. That's why I don't do that. I don't think it's the best sounding thing. It doesn't feel good when I play like that. It feels like I'm off beat, everyone's on beat, and I start doing that and then I come back. It still doesn't feel good. It just feels like you're playing too much. You shouldn't try to, try new things when you're on a performance. Like if you're performing in front of others, you want to do what you know you can do best. You don't want to mess up and you don't want to lose confidence. But if you mess up, for example, if you mess up, doesn't mean you're a bad djembe player now you messed up. That just means you have something to improve on. Now you've practiced that thing. That's what I used to do. Whenever I'd mess up and I know I messed up, I would go home. Once I got home, at some point I would start practicing what I messed up and get that down. Once you have what you know you can't do down, then you're good to go. And sometimes you start playing so much with the djembe that you start feeling like you understand it, like you know what it likes and what it doesn't like. You play it the way the djembe wants to be played. I don't know if you understand this, but once you start playing enough, like you play so much, you're gonna start feeling like the djembe doesn't like to be played that way, like it's an actual living thing. Yeah, so you have to play it the way it likes to be played. It's not, you don't play it for like 3 hours or 4 hours straight and then you're gonna understand it. You have to actually you have to get into the roots of djembe. You have to experiment with it. Things, like I said before, if it feels good, that means the djembe is making you feel good. It's the djembe that's doing it. That means he likes it. That's why you feel good. If you don't play it right, you're not going to feel good. So is the djembe. It's not going to feel good either. So it's how you feel as you play. It's you and the djembe together. It's not just the djembe makes you feel good, and when it's in a bad mood, it's not going to feel good or something. It's both of you when you play it. I did have my own personal moments where I felt like I was kind of dreaming, and as I was playing, and you play, and it feels like the djembe is talking to you. Like you're not playing. It's not like about how much you play. It's about how you play it. It's like you play it in a way that you play it. Like I said, you play it the way the djembe wants you to play it, and you try to do your best to make the djembe feel good, and you're gonna start feeling heat in your body. And once you feel that heat as you're playing it, that's when you hear what it says something to you. It says like some words of wisdom, but it doesn't say it like talking to you. It says it and it gives it to you. It just gives you the power to play, and it gives you the knowledge how to get deeper into drumming. And you have to actually, you don't have to like try like so hard, like you're just playing until it talks to you or something. That's not gonna happen. It's not gonna talk to you. It's just gonna give you it. You never know when. It's gonna give it to you at one time. It's gonna give it to you one time, and you're gonna have the knowledge, and you're gonna be able to play really well. There's one point you're gonna understand it so well, it's gonna be like your friend. And then you can make friends with other djembes also. Every djembe you play, you can make it with that djembe. It's for every djembe. It's not like this djembe, you can make friends with this. You play it, at one point it's gonna talk to you, you're gonna understand it. Then you know how to play this djembe by this one itself. And then you can play another djembe, you don't understand it yet, you only understand this one. You gotta play that one also, and get deep into that one. And it also depends on how the djembe is made. I think the wood also, and how tight it is. That's why I don't use tight djembes. It's harder to understand because you don't hear it. it's just like slaps and slaps and slaps. The tones don't even sound like tones. They sound like slaps. So it's harder to understand. If it's tight and you like tight drums, and you can play with tight drums and you understand it, that's good for you. But I think that it's easier and more fun to play like less tight drums. And it's easier to understand them. Right? So even high tone djembes, if you can play djembes like that and understand them, then you can make good music out of them. But people take those kind of instruments, they take those kind of djembes and they ruin the point. They make it as if they use it as a way to get stuff for themselves. They're not getting anything to the djembe. The djembe needs their share. If you use the djembe just for yourself, then you're not going to play well. And it's not going to sound good, you're not going to feel good, you're not going to look good, no one's going to feel good either, and it's not going to be good, and that's not the point of djembe. You can't abuse the djembe, you have to use it the way it wants to be used. One of my masters, his name was Drisa. I used to study with him the most. Sometimes
Drisa Kone?
Yeah, Drisa Kone. I would practice with other players, djembe players there. But he would always tell me that I should try to use, in most of my phrases, bass. Like, that's what makes it true music. When you have a beat to it, you never want to lose track of the beat. Like, you can play whatever you want, but it should always stick to the beat like any kind of musical instrument. So you try to stay with the beat. You can play and make funny stuff and, you know, do whatever you want, make tricks and whatever, but you don't want to lose the beat. And you want to make it sound like it all flows together. Djembes can talk. They do talk. They just don't talk to you straight up like they talk to you in English. You have to make the knowledge. You take the knowledge that they give to you and you make it in a way you understand it and you use that knowledge. And that's how you play djembe.